Dear Journal, I don't think I need a big preamble to this entry, things I've seen on the geocaching subreddit, yada yada yada, take it all with a grain of salt, and let's start with this informational tidbit someone posted. Something that is good for the numbers people. Maybe you have a superiority complex. Yeah, well, mine's better than yours. 41 million total accounts worldwide, I'm assuming, since the creation of the site. Only 1.36% of people get above 200 finds. Let that sink in for a moment. 41 million accounts over the years, and not even 2% get beyond what a lot of people would consider the interest threshold of 200 finds. Even if it's over a period of years, 200 finds and up means you're thinking about geocaching more than the average player. Not even half of a percent get to the 4-digit club. And if I reach my lofty goal of 10,000 finds, I will enter into the elite 0.03%. And if you have 50,000 finds to your name, then God's bless, cause in my narrow little worldview, I just can't imagine still being interested in anything after doing it 50,000 times. Does not include masturbation or consumption of intoxicants, but that puts you in the super elite. 0.0005900,000 millions. I'm more likely to find weed in a cache than find 50,000, which is a nice way to jump to this picture that was posted. And obviously, the biggest problem here is not the profanity or the drug references, two things no parent wants to suddenly have to explain while caching with their kids, and the offense isn't even the side signing. I guess it doesn't matter since they're just some non-player, some drug-depraved 14 to 22-year-old female Norman, if I'm any judge of handwriting. The big offense is, how come I am never one of those people who finds a joint in a cache, huh? What do you think I'm a narc? Go ahead, ask me 3 times. I'm not a narc, and if you just leave some weed in a cache, I'll prove I'm not a narc. Oh no, I'm legitimately choking on my own saliva there. Stop recording! Sorry about that. Let's move on to food, glorious food, cheese stuffed into your cache. Yes, you are now looking at what I can only assume I used as the thumbnail to this entry, a magnetic key holder jammed with cheese. It's alright to giggle, the CO has to have a sense of humor or they wouldn't have posted it, right? And if I may, I'd like to take you on a voice acting journey through what the CO most likely experienced. Who fucking puts cheese in this bitch? My kid got it all over his fingers and shit and was licking them up like he just finished some KFC. Fuck you if you think this is what the 6th day of Christmas should be. It's in a cool spot though, would recommend. Sadly for YouTube reasons, I have to blur out some of their pictures. Even though Rudolph12 here didn't even bother on his account. Seriously, cheese in the cache? It was just under construction, too. I was hoping to find it better than the last time. There was even finger indentions in the cheese, I'm assuming from the last commenter's child. Find the perpetrators. Thickson69. My dad and I were here and he beat me because I ate the cheese in the cache. This is so bullshit. A boy's gotta eat. Fuck you, Dad, and fuck you who put the cheese in the cache. Not to be outdone, ThickMom69 needed to chime in. My hubby and son just came home from this spot. My son has a black eye and broken nose. He also smells like shit. My husband is sick to his stomach, but I don't blame him for beating that little shit up. Who would ever eat cheese at one of these things? Please fix as soon as possible. Very disappointed. Proud mom, proud wife. Disabled until the cheese can be removed and or I can verify the previous finders are not trolling my cache page. Now, what follows is something that no cache owner should ever have to type or say in regards to the status of their cache. Cache replaced. There was indeed cheese in it. I brought the old cache home to clean and it was signed, yours truly, McGang No Bag. Again, not laughing at the CO, this is just a silly situation. Is geocaching the whitest thing you have ever heard of? No. Making your own trail mix, that's pretty white, but in a nutshell, geocaching is a worldwide game. I'd wager it's predominantly white, but I find it hard to believe the basic concept of hide and seek is inherently white or any race. I'm sure lots of arguments towards and against the original poster's comment could be had, but sadly we won't get a big exchange to observe as the mods preemptively shut things down before the inevitable shitstorm, but I still got to screenshot this humorous transaction. You're Canadian. Virtually the same shit. Well, that is funny. And it also exposes the OP's racial generalization, which is a bit of a contrast to the nature of the question they're asking. Speaking of asking questions, do you look at the hints on the cache page if provided? Look at this poll here. First, 3 people practically never. You gotta respect that gameplay. A good CO makes their clue run in line with the difficulty and terrain ratings, but sometimes it's simply under big part of fallen tree or something very specific, and knowing that happens a lot makes it really hard to not hit the decrypt button right away. To go through your geocaching life while practically never looking at the hints provided. I mean, I decrypt the clue, I look at the satellite view, I scan the logs for hints and help and unintentional giveaways, I make an offering to the gods, and then I start searching. Never looking at the hints, that's crazy. Second, I don't know why I voted within the first few minutes, because, as I just stated, most of the time it's before I even start looking. Who am I lying to? Me? Yeah. How do I know? Well, I can see right through me. It makes it very hard to shave in the mirror. The geocaching tag on Twitter is not our geocaching, but shut up, I'm just squeezing them in here. By all accounts I have read, geocaching lackeys are some of the nicest people you could encounter. I still can't help but feel that despite the inherent servitude in the word lackey, in this situation they could really act like mafia dons. Excuse me, lackey, I couldn't help but notice you did not fulfill my logging requirements for this virtual. And the lackey could respond, why don't you turn around and accept my fine anyway? It would be a real shame if something happened to your account. Say, that's a nice trackable. See, I didn't go for the traditional Italian voice there. Alright, it probably doesn't happen, but I know I would let that power corrupt me instantly. Probably killed my chances at ever working for HQ. So, moving on. The last thing I ever expected to see on the same hashtag as geocaching is an OnlyFans tag. That's porn, in case you didn't know. This person will enter you into a raffle to win free access to her porn if you go to a particular spot and take a photo. Talk about your virtual rewards. Maybe HQ could give her an adventure lab, see how that goes. Come on now, there's nothing wrong with a little light porn. Which is exactly what this person posted as their found it log, without double checking the autocorrect spelling, obviously. To me, light porn was a tattered Playboy magazine I found in the woods when I was 11. To this person who left this log, well, I imagine they meant light pole. And finally, I shall end with a little lighthearted advice from Reddit, a little philosophy that perhaps we should instill in our daily geocaching life. No jokes, no perversions, just plain and simple, never end the day on a DNF. Not a bad idea, Journal. Not a bad idea at all. Be safe out there.